Welcome back, Smart Start Radio family. Before we get into our latest amazing episode, we have a quick word from our sponsor. With spectacular hotels, amazing theme parks, and unparalleled entertainment, Universal Orlando Resort offers a meeting destination unlike anything else in the world. Let me ask you something. When you're planning an event, especially in industries like finance or insurance, what are you actually trying to build? Is it attendance? Is it engagement? Is it ROI? Or is it something harder to measure, but way more important? Trust. Because in some industries, trust isn't a nice to have. It's an entire business model.
Smart Star Radio, Smart Star Radio. Ready, set, here we go with another episode. Watch as we learn and grow. Smart Star Radio, Smart Star Radio. Ready, set, here we go with another episode. Watch as we learn and grow. Starting smart is the action we design. Meeting of the minds, how to better use our time. Leading, interceding, proceeding,
Welcome to Smart Start Radio, everyone. I am once again your hostess in the booth, Eming Piansay, coming to you with another coffee chat. Today's episode is inspired by a story on smartmeetings.com that I wrote called Trust Happens in the Room. And this one stuck with me because it made me realize that in certain industries, events aren't just part of the marketing mix. They're the moment everything either clicks or it doesn't. So grab your coffee, your matcha, your water, your tea, or whatever's getting you through your planning season right now. And let's talk. Looking for a way to add some swagger to your meeting? Hold it in Dallas. You'll find 20 plus diverse neighborhoods bustling with entertainment, art, and chef's kiss worthy food. Not to mention the world's best icebreaker, the famous Margarita Mile. Whether it's a Michelin Guide recognized chef's table for 10 or seats at a big game for 1,000, Dallas is a playground for networking, team bonding, and after the meeting memorable moments. At its heart, you'll find a vibrant, walkable arts district voted #1 in America. Drop into downtown's historic Deep Ellum neighborhood for a show or take the team and the energy to the next level atop of Uptown's stylish rooftops. Get the creative juices flowing in the colorful Bishop Arts District or any of the lower Greensville trendy hotspots. Want to energize your attendees with just the right amount of that legendary Dallas swagger? Start planning your meeting at visitdallas.com. And now, back to our show. About it. If you're working in finance or insurance, you already know you're not selling something simple. You're asking people to trust you with their money, their future, their security. That's not a quick decision. That's not something someone decides after seeing one ad or reading one email. That's built over time. And more importantly, it's built through experience. One of the biggest ideas in the story is this. We are living in a time where everything is getting faster, more automated, more AI-driven. And while that makes things more efficient, it also makes things feel less human, less personal, and ultimately less trustworthy. So what happens? People start looking for proof, not just information, not just messaging, proof. And events are one of the few places where that proof can actually exist. Because when someone is in the room with you, they can see how you show up, they can see your brand, they can feel your brand, and they can observe how your team interacts. Basically, look me in the eye and say it to my face. And then I'll know for sure. At least I know for sure because I'm fairly good at reading people for the most part. So I like when people look me in the eye and say things because I'm like, are you lying to me? Are you being real with me right now? And they can decide, do I believe you? And that's a question that you have to reckon with at some point, right? Every detail of your event is communicating something. The way your team greets people, the clarity of your messaging, the quality of your speakers, even the way your agenda flows. It all adds up. And especially in industries where credibility matters, people are paying attention to those details more than you think. So here's the shift. Stop thinking about your event as just an experience. Start thinking about it as evidence. Evidence that your brand is organized, that it's thoughtful, that it can deliver what it promises. We talk a lot about scale in events. How many people attended? How big was it? How far did it reach? But in trust-based industries, bigger doesn't always mean better. Because trust isn't built in a crowd. It's built in moments. It's built when someone feels like they can actually talk to you, ask questions, and be heard. So sometimes the most effective event isn't the biggest one. It's the one where people stay longer than expected, where conversations continue after the session ends, where people don't want to leave yet. If they linger, oh my God, we clearly did something right. This part really stood out to me. In industries with long sales cycle, anything that builds trust faster is incredibly valuable. And events do that in a way that almost nothing else can, because instead of just telling people who you are, you're showing them in real time. And that can collapse months of hesitation into one meaningful interaction. And that's a big deal in my opinion. Here's the other side of it though. One event isn't enough. Trust doesn't happen once and then you're done. It's reinforced over time across multiple touch points through consistency. So events aren't just about creating a moment. They're about maintaining a relationship, whether, as people know, friendships, relationships, it's different names, similar template. Like you have to apply the same thing to people that you genuinely care about in the real world and the people you care about when you work with them. Like obviously it's not the same, but they're similar, And I'll be honest, this made me think about how I approach my own work, even outside of events, because it's really easy to focus on what's next, the next story, the next episode, the next thing you're about to produce. But this idea of trust is built in how consistently you show up and how intentional you are with what you create. Which is kind of why I shifted into doing this more often, weekly, these coffee chats. Like I'm not just here to do a thing every month with someone really cool on air. Yes, that's fun, but I also want to build a rapport with my audience and know that, I'm a person behind a microphone. I'm a little weird, but I'm trying my best to show up for you guys. And hopefully that comes across. Fingers crossed. She says to no one and everyone all at the same time. But this idea of trust is built in how consistently you show up and how intentional you are with what you create. Again, showing up, doing the thing, being genuine, showing who you are in those moments. They go a long way. They really do. And I think that's why this matters right now, because we're all navigating this shift where technology is speeding everything up. The human connection is becoming more valuable, not less. So events, they're not going anywhere. If anything, they're becoming more important. So the next time you're planning an event, especially in a high stakes industry, ask yourself this. Are we just creating something that looks good, or are we creating something that builds trust? Because those are not the same thing. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Smart Start Radio Coffee Chat. If this gave you something to think about, something to carry into your next event, then we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing here. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
That's Smart Start Radio, Smart Start Radio. Ready, set, here we go with another episode. Watch as we learn and grow. That's Smart Start Radio, Smart Start Radio. Ready, set, here we go with another episode. Watch as we learn and grow. Starting smart is the action we design. Meeting of the minds, how to better use our time. Leading, interceding, proceeding, they divine. It's believing, they conceding, so it goes on more.
You've been listening to Smart Start Radio, a Smart Meetings production. Interested in being our next guest? Connect with us at editor@smartmeetings.com.